Christine and Ariana, and this is This One Life, the podcast where we untangle the beautiful mess of being women in your 30s. Think mindset, self growth, and the stuff that no one warns us about. Happy New Year, everyone! We are recording this in the beginning of January, so it's a brand new year, new energy, and I just really feel excited. How are you doing, Ari?
I'm okay. It feels like we haven't seen each other and we haven't been recording for so long. And I felt like the last months of 2025 were so busy. And I know they were the same for you, right?
Yeah, a lot happened, right?
Different jobs, going back to your job. So
Yeah, so you had two jobs within a couple of months.
So basically, in 3 months, I've quitted my old job. I was in that company for 3 years and a half. Then I started a new job for 1 month, and then I started another one. And now apparently I'm still there at the
Okay.
new job. And it's
Yeah.
going well, but it's a lot to handle. And what about you?
Yeah, it's always a lot in the beginning, right? You have
Mm-mm.
to get into routines, into the work, into the flow. But
Yeah.
I am proud of you. You quitted the job that didn't feel aligned. That's really it takes a lot of courage. That's brave.
It was not easy, but it was necessary. And I think, as we said in the previous episodes, your body and your mind really tell you when it's over. And it's really important. Not easy, but really important to listen to them.
That's very true. For me, I go back to work again 1st of December after 1 year out in maternity leave. So that was a big change. And I was pretty nervous before, but once I entered the office, it just felt normal. My brain adjusted pretty quickly, which I'm just amazed by. So things have been going okay, actually. I think my biggest realization was that I missed masculine structure, going somewhere at a certain time, being there for a certain time, and the masculine energy that holds the feminine kind of. Because when you're in maternity leave, you're all in your feminine, you're flowy, flexible as it should be because the baby is changing all the time. So you need to adapt to that pretty quickly. But that also means that there's been very little of that masculine structure. So I just really realized how much I miss that and how much that helps with productivity and gave me a lot of clarity, and I didn't realize how much I missed it. That was like aha moment for me. So I'm
That's
happy being
good.
back. Yeah, I'm happy being back and just realized that it wasn't just me forcing things to happen, because when I was home a lot of times I was feeling unclear and I have dreams, right? And I was like trying to force them to happen. But now going back to work, I realized, okay, I didn't have that masculine structure to support me going after certain dreams and stuff. So yeah, it was just like a big aha moment that I really appreciate.
It's really a big realization.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. I was
No.
expecting feeling tired getting back to work and like not
Yeah.
maybe so happy and but it was good.
So, in today's episode, we would love to talk about the year compass. I don't know if you guys have already heard about that. Can I call it a tool, Cree?
Yeah, definitely. It's a booklet that helps you reflect on the past year and plan the next one. So it has a lot of carefully selected questions and exercises to help you uncover your patterns and design a great future for yourself, or at least the next year.
Yeah, I really enjoy it because I think the way it's prepared, it helps you to reflect and also plan for the new year in a positive way. It's really simple but powerful at the same time.
Yeah, it's literally just questions that makes you reflect. But you feel like it's
Yeah.
realistic.
Yeah, realistic. Thank you. That's what I wanted to say.
It makes you reflect on the good things that happened in last year and like and the things that was challenging for sure, and help you see maybe where your challenges are and your patterns and what you can work on. So the first part of this booklet, I've seen to the past year to help you reflect on what you did and your challenges, your wins, and where you gave a lot of energy, where you didn't give so much energy, in what areas, and also to forgive and let go. Be kind to yourself for what didn't happen or how things turned out. I think is a really nice way that is set up, that you go through that year and you let it go before you dive into the next year, the coming year.
Which
Favorite
kind of
part?
question was your favorite part? Yeah, of the 2025 part, or the question that made you reflect the most?
I love the page with 6 sentences about my past year. For
Mm,
example, the
yeah.
wisest decision I made, the biggest risk I took, the biggest lesson that I learned,
Mhm.
the biggest surprise of the year. That's a good one. And the biggest thing I completed. I like that page a lot. And of course, I also love that page where you reflect on what you accomplished. What about you?
So, I really enjoyed the first exercise where you have to review your past year's calendar week by week. And I've done that also with pictures on my phone. And I think it was super useful for me because I tend to forget some things. I think it's quite normal. We don't have the storage space for every day of the past year. So to me, it was really important because, of course, I tend to remember the negative things that happened. Of course, I remember that there were also positive things, but seeing the pictures and seeing the actual events on the calendar, I just realized that the number of good moments was not that low as I was thinking.
Yeah.
So it was good.
But that's nice to hear
Mhm.
that it was like equally good and bad. I think we
Yeah.
tend
Yeah.
to remember the memories that gave us the strongest emotions. And of course, you had some very negative ones, and that's why you
Mhm.
probably were leaning towards that. But I agree with you that exercise, love it, especially when I'm having more of a busy year. That's probably why I
Mhm.
didn't love it as much this year, because it's been a very slow year and I feel like I remember a lot of it. But
Mhm.
it's a
Mhm.
very good reminder that a lot has happened. You accomplished a lot,
Yeah, that's true.
both good and bad, and a lot of moments where you're growing and expanding. And
Yeah. And also, I think writing down the positives, but also the negatives, really helps to try to leave them in the past as
Mm.
much as we can, as you were saying before, instead of bringing them, maybe without even knowing it, in the new year.
And I feel it helps you give yourself some grace and not be so
Yeah.
upset or punish yourself so bad for maybe not having accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, or maybe having like a bad year, because you see that, wow, I've been through a lot. No wonder I'm feeling like this. Or wow, I should be proud of myself for having accomplished all of these things.
That's so true. And that's why there is an actual page, an actual question of the booklet about forgiving yourself or forgiving people, forgiving situation. But what I also appreciate about this is, as we were saying before, it's really realistic. So the question on the booklet doesn't say, okay, now you need to forgive everyone, forgive yourself and go on. It also asks you if you can forgive yourself or these people, and if you cannot, just write it down and try to be okay with that and give yourself some grace.
It's a beautiful way it's written. I love that too. It's very kind.
We need some kindness in this
Yes,
world.
please.
Yeah, and talking about kindness, also what really strikes me a lot about this tool, and I also really appreciate that a lot. I don't want to spoiler too much, but both in the previous year and both in the year that comes, there is an exercise about what you have done this year, like on 2025, in order to leave the world in a better way compared to the way you have found it before. So I think it's really nice because many times, but this is just my opinion, this kind of tools and probably in general, our society is really focused on the individual, on yourself, which is good, but I think it's good to have a balance on yourself and the other people in this world or in general, the planet, the environment.
Definitely. I love what you said there. I agree. We easily focus on ourselves as we should and our close ones, but it's also nice to think about the world in a bigger picture. It makes you really think and adjust your priorities.
Yeah.
So, in general, you feel like it was an easy task to complete the 2025 part, the past year?
So for me, I can say it was, yeah, it was easy. Probably because I had some important moments in 2025. And so I guess in this way, for me, it was easier to identify these moments and reflect on them. Yeah, so I would say it was easy, but sometimes I felt like probably these moments were so big and so impressive. I felt like I was repeating stuff a lot. So, yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I found it easy to fill out, but also at the same time, I feel like sometimes I struggle with finding specific things. For example, there's a question: what did I do for myself this year? I found that one a bit hard because I feel like I've done so much for others this year. So that was a part of my forgiving section, forgiving myself for that. And now that can be a focus in 2026 instead, myself and my wants.
Yeah. I've also found hard to answer the section where it asks you the 6 questions about your past year. There was one question where it asks which are the 3 people you had like major impact on them in the previous year. And actually, I wasn't able to answer to that question.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard. Sometimes it's very obvious. But other times, especially when you don't really work with humans, where you're not a coach or anything, it's not that obvious. You really have to think. But I feel like it's also nice that he asks you this question and also makes you reflect on who you have close to you. There was another question that was about who influenced you the most. It makes
Okay.
you reflect on who you have close in your circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think everyone should do this. I love coming back to the year compass every year. And I just found it like such an easy thing to come back to it. And it asks the right questions that makes you reflect and think. And for the future part, the coming year, it makes you think about the goals for that coming year. It's out there. You just need to download it and you can have it in every language. I think there's a lot of languages to choose from. So it's such an easy way to just start a reflection. And it gives you both the reflection on the past and the reflection on the future. So I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, definitely. It was a good find.
Exactly. I think it was a friend who sent it to me the first time. And since then, we have both done it. I think for
Exactly.
for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, because you sent it to me. And from that moment, as you said, I think it was 3 years ago, we both did it. And it's always really good. Even if you have done it in the previous years, it's not affecting the quality of your output.
No,
It's
it's not like you
always,
get bored with the questions.
yeah, exactly.
It's
So
just nice to have
really
some.
recommended.
Yeah, exactly. Do you do any rituals or anything before you start?
So this year, I haven't done anything. I haven't lit a candle. I haven't prepared something to drink. Just because I felt I really wanted to do it. I had this kind of an impulse to do it.
I
But in
love
the
that.
previous, yeah, I don't know. I probably feels a little bit crazy. In the previous years, I tried to set up a little bit a mood and lit a candle and have something nice to drink. I feel like both ways work for me. What about you?
No, same. But this year I did a heart
Mhm.
opening meditation just to feel open and get the right feelings through and memories. And yeah, because I feel lately I've been needing to rebalance my nervous system because it's been very out there. It's been a lot. So I did that this year, but I know that previous years I've done the same as you. I just like felt the urge and like sat down, took my pen, wrote in my journal.
Yeah, and actually, what I also wanted to say is that in the previous years, I've printed it and I've done it by writing because usually it's what I prefer. Also, in general, I prefer to take notes with a notebook and a pen. But this year, I didn't have a printer, and I said to myself, okay, let's try to do it with the fillable version directly on my MacBook. And it was still good. The experience was good as well. So I'm happy.
Yeah, great. I love that. I had the same experience. I love doing writing in my journal, but at the same time, I have also felt that writing in the PDF works very well. And sometimes you're just faster, so you can brain dump more, and then you can edit it after, of course. But it's nice sometimes to just get it out there and then after edit and make bullet points and clean it up a little bit. So it definitely has pros and cons, both of
Yeah.
them.
This year, as I was feeling this urge to do it, the PDF version, it was just the best for me. So
So I would love to know, what was the title of your past year?
I'm not going to share the exact title because it's a little bit emotional and also a little bit sad, but it's something that has to do with love and sorrow. What about yours?
Mine is The Dark Night of Her Soul, because I think this past year has been tough. I just did like a lot of shadow work, a lot of exploring my deeper, darker shadow sides. And I'm just happy to have survived and be on the other side. And I felt like I did the best I could the past year, and it was more than enough. And I'm just really excited for this new year and the new energy that comes with it. Did you actually know that 2025 was the year of the snake in the Chinese astrology? That means like the snake is shredding the skin.
Yeah.
So it's literally a year of getting rid of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore. So it makes complete sense that we have gone through what we've gone through. It's been a hard year. It's been a year of unlearning, of finding yourself again, of rebalancing and surviving, instability. So this new year, 2026, is
Mhm.
the year of the horse, which comes with a lot of power and action and moving forward. Yes
We
to
love
that.
it. We love it and we need it.
We need it. Please get us out of there.
Yeah. I think it's really good that the first question that it's asked in the booklet is to imagine 26 what could happen, why it's going to be great, and you have all this space to write and you want. I think it's nice. Also, this part is really not judgmental.
But do you find it challenging to dream big?
Yeah, I find it so challenging.
Right? So it's probably one of the harder questions in this booklet.
Yeah, yeah. Also because you have all this blank space.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Also visually, it's a little bit intimidating. Yeah.
But this is where I feel like the meditation I did beforehand
Mhm.
served its purpose. It was a manifestation meditation and opening my heart, but also envisioning my future. So that definitely helped re-vision my future, writing it down on paper. Yeah.
And I'm curious, I know it's not really related to the year compass, but have you done any mood board or something like that?
Vision boards. I
Yeah.
have started. I had the urge like early in December to do a vision board. So I went through Pinterest and pinned some photos. But what I actually found is that a vision board from a couple of years ago is super relevant now. So that will be interesting. I think I will just move a lot of those photos into the 2026 container. But that's nice. I am still aligned. I'm still having the same visions. They are yet to come to fruition, but it's coming.
You know that I also felt the urge to do it in these days. I think probably because before my brain was a lot in fight or flight mode, and only between yesterday and today I was feeling I really want to do a vision board for 2026. I think I'm going to do it, and I don't know why, but it makes me really excited. So,
That's
yeah,
so
I'm
good. I
going to do that.
love that. Pinterest actually has like a widget if you're having an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah, so you can choose how often it changes the picture. Make it choose that 2026 vision board folder so it will start showing those images on your phone.
That's a great tip. Thank you.
Yeah. For me, I've chosen that it changes like every day. So there's a new picture every day, but I literally see that the photos all the time and it reminds your brain on your goals and like where you want to go. So it's a very good tool to remind your brain on your goals.
Yeah, because sometimes with vision boards, at least in my experience, I make one and then maybe I go back the first days and then I tend to forget. I think you really need it to have it at hand every time you need it. I mean, not really every time you need it. You don't even have to think about that. You just have to have it in front of your eyes.
A lot of people they put it into Canva and they make a collage, right? And they use that as a wallpaper on their computer or
Mm,
their phone. But for me, I always feel like once I get used to that wallpaper, I don't really see it anymore.
exactly. Yeah.
So I
Same.
love that it's changing, the widget is changing pictures every day because then it's always something new, but it's still like something that is aligned with your year and your goals.
Yeah, it's really smart.
Yeah. But interesting that you feel the same, that you just don't see it anymore. It becomes so normal.
Yeah, and not in a good way.
Mhm.
Not that I have been like internalizing it, just my brain doesn't see that anymore. I'm really curious also to ask you about the three things that you will say no this year.
Let's
If
see.
you want to share also one, it will be really nice.
I just wrote one. I said that anything that is not a hell yes in my stomach because I'm deep into human design and in my human design, like I know it in my gut if it's right or not. So if my gut says yes, like I get this feeling that it's a yes, I will say yes to it. If it's a definite no, I will say no to that because I don't have time. I also know I need to be better at nurturing myself and stop nurturing others. And so that is a big thing for me. That's what I will say no to in this year.
You know that I have written the same.
No, no, you have?
Yeah, because I've written it in Italian, but this is one of the things that I still tend to, I don't want to say fail, but
It's a practice. We're practicing it.
I really tend to be, as we were saying in the previous episode, that some about boundaries, that I tend to be still like, okay, but this is not going to cost me much, so I can do it. It makes another person happy. And I think sometimes, as we were saying before, it's good to make other people happy, but not at your own expenses of your time, of your energy. I think my stomach knows if I
Yeah,
want something or I don't want something. So I want to really be listening to that and not just be saying yes to everything, even if I'm not really okay with that.
I agree with you. Totally resonates. That's funny. Wow. That we have the same. Let 2026 be the year of just saying yes to the things that actually gives us something, not giving away our power, our energy, our time.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
I would love to know because in this booklet they ask specifically to put goals in containers about personal life and family, career and studies, friends, community, relaxation, hobbies, creativity, mental health, physical health, and habits, and a better tomorrow, like looking at the world. Have you written down a lot of goals there? Was that easy for you?
It was not easy because sometimes I was tending to write things that are out of my control. So I was wondering if it was okay to leave them there or not, because they are really not on my control. So how can I decide that that thing is going to be a goal if, I cannot control it? So it was hard with
Yeah.
some things, but of course it was not everything like that. But one of my goals for next year, I know it can sound a little bit superficial, but I would really love to find again an exercise routine, because it's something that I really left behind in 2025. And I'm not complaining about that, because I know that I've done what I could about that, and it was literally the best that I could. But to be honest, it wasn't, like a good result. So I would like to put some effort and create some routines about the exercise part, because I really think it helps a lot with the mental health part and balance part. And as you said before, like the giving structure part.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually like the thing I'm the most proud of. One of the things in 2025 was that I started to run every Tuesday and I kept on doing that. And guys, I've never done that in my life ever before. Like, I'm not a runner. I was not a runner. Now I am a runner. So, and I really just noticed the difference in my mood. And it was just one day a week. It was not much, but for me, it was everything. I'm so excited to start again this week. And I'm just very proud that I did that. So I totally understand just having like that routine and once a week or more, of course, is so great for your mood.
Yeah, also because it's one of the things that you really do for yourself,
Mm.
and that's it. You're not doing it for anyone else. I think it's also really good for yourself, for reinforcing the idea that you're valuing yourself, you're valuing your time, you're valuing your body and everything. So,
And making it
yeah.
a non-negotiable. Yeah, that's a
So,
good goal, Ari. I like that for you.
yeah, I really want to work on that. And I know that I need to create some structure in order for that goal to happen, because it's not going to happen by itself. I'm not the kind of person who wakes up really motivated to go for a run or to go to the gym. Instead, I think if I create a routine, I don't need motivation anymore. I just need to follow the routine and I can just, eliminate that obstacle, and it's going to be fine.
Yeah, for sure. And now you know all about habits, right? So you know how
Yeah.
to support your environment to make it happen.
What about yours? Have you written in one of these boxes something that you want to share?
So I did something different this year.
Hmm.
Instead of writing specific goals, I wrote feelings or emotions that I want to feel in these specific areas.
Nice.
Yeah, because I know that I'm not a specific manifester. I'm more of a unspecific one, which means that when I manifest based on how I want it to feel and not how it looks and not the specific thing, but more like how it makes me feel. So I was thinking, okay, let's do that because that really felt right. That's what my intuition said. So for my personal life and family life, I would love to feel joy, happiness, love, peace, grateful, and to feel like soft, like a soft woman. That's where I want to be this year. And I have done that in all of the boxes. So the physical
Mhm.
health, like you said, I want to feel strong and I want
Mhm.
to feel joy. Like I want to have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, otherwise it's not going to happen. So definitely continue with the running that will support that feeling or those feelings. So yeah, I did it that way. We'll see how it goes. So I guess like that's a tip for you guys who listens. You can do it different ways. You can write down specific goals or you can write down how you want to feel in that area of your life.
I really love this tip because I think it can help a lot also when you feel stuck and you think like, okay, I
Mm.
don't know what to write down specifically, but I think it's much easier to imagine how I want to feel in that specific area.
Mm, for sure. Hope
Mhm.
that resonates with you guys. I love the question, how will I pamper myself? I will pamper myself with these three things regularly.
Only three.
Yeah, only three? What are you talking about? I have a 10-step ritual every day.
But it's a nice question because it also highlights the fact that it's okay to pamper yourself. You need it.
Yeah. And they have a question that, or a box where you can state, I will reward my success with these three presents. How you filled anything out there? Because I actually found it very hard. And that's a bit sad, right? Like it's hard to figure out a way to reward myself.
So, if I have to be completely honest, for me, it would have been super easy to write it down, but it was not something feasible
Okay.
because the three presents were not really, easy to get it. So, this is something that I have to reflect on because I instantly thought about three like material gifts,
Mhm.
physical gifts, but I think I need to go a little bit deeper and think in general what a gift for me could be, that it's
Mm.
not only, like a new iPhone or something like that, but
Yeah.
maybe an experience or some time off, doing something that I really enjoy, which maybe is not expensive, but I don't have time to do it in the way I want. What I've done in the previous year, and I really enjoyed that, I think it was in March. So I took 2 days off from my job. They
Yeah.
were like random days during the week. And I
In the
just
same
went
week?
out, no, into
Yeah.
different week, but they were during the week. So I just took these days off and I went for a walk in the city center. I just looked around. I didn't buy anything. I was just looking around and then I went to have a coffee in one place that I really enjoy. But I went during the week, so it was not really busy or crowded. So I enjoyed that even more as I don't really like crowded spaces. So that could be also a gift that you can do to yourself.
Wow, that's such a good way to gift yourself and reward yourself.
And I was so happy at the end of the day, even if I didn't do anything special in a common way.
Just like being able to slow down and do exactly what you want to do. That's beautiful. I will think a little bit deeper on that one because instantly I was thinking about materialistic things.
Same.
But I was like, I have everything I need.
Literally, instantly.
It can be a lot though. It can be subscriptions and like taking vacation, random vacation days, as you said. That's beautiful, Ari. Good tip.
Yeah, or maybe, taking that hair appointment and do like an extra treatment or something like that that usually you wouldn't do.
Yeah. Okay. At the end of the booklet, there's a section where you write your word for the year
Mm.
ahead. Have you written anything and do you want to share it?
Yeah, I know it sounds really common, and probably it was, I have to check, probably it was the same word of last year, but I think it's really still relevant for me. And I've written that in Italian, but basically it's braveness, being brave.
Yeah.
I think it was a good fit for the previous year, but I think I still need it for this year, or at least probably for the first half of the year.
Yeah. Maybe in a
Yeah.
different way than
Yeah.
the previous
Hmm.
year.
Yeah.
That's a
What?
beautiful word. I love that.
Thanks. What about yours?
I written authentic.
Like, I think
Yeah.
they are connected, right?
Of
These
course.
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's brave to be authentic. Yeah, I just really want to be more myself and definitely on social media share more of myself and what I feel like instead of editing, and because I have this tendency of edit my words, like writing something, writing a caption for example, and then be like, "Huh, is this too direct? Does it have enough context? Is it
Mm,
too harsh?" So I have a tendency to like soften it up, add context, make it more general and boring, which I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm definitely becoming more authentic, more me, more raw, and the ones who understands will follow. The ones who don't won't.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I love that exercise. When you guys do the booklets, writing that word is powerful and coming back to it.
Mm.
It will kind of be like your value for 2026.
Yeah, and I also think that one word can have one world inside, so it can reflect different moods, different phases, but still reconnect to that one word you have written down at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that was deep. I agree. And I think we don't need to share the secret wish, do we? Or do you want to do that?
No,
No, it's too
no.
close to our hearts. So at the end, you write down your secret wish for what you want to happen in 2026. And then after you sign it, like you date it and you sign it, you give it your signature. So it's pretty cool.
I really like it. It's really well done.
Yeah, I agree. It makes you
Mm.
invested into it. Just that piece where you actually have to write the date and your signature. Like a contract with yourself. Oh, it's a good one, guys. You definitely need to do this. And actually, we would love to know if you guys do this type of exercise every year or if this is something brand new to you. Write to us on Instagram and let us know if you do that. I hope you guys love this episode. We have linked your compass in the description for this episode. So make sure to download that one, do the exercises, and we want to wish you a happy year. We hope that 2026 will bring joy, happiness, and make all your dreams come true. Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye.